Stangibelisco here. It is 24 January 2018. If you've been reading the internet news lately, or any news, you've doubtless heard about various malware that has begun to infect smartphones, making it possible to steal personal information, and if you do online banking, if you're foolish enough to do that on a smartphone, or any kind of personal information that you might have on your smartphone, hackers can get a hold of that information and use it to steal your identity and do other various evil and nefarious deeds. These smartphones are really cool devices. I've got one, but I decided after 2 months, it was a month-to-month pay thing, I decided that I, number one, couldn't afford it at the time, and number two, didn't want that much, just one too many gadgets. But in the year 2003, just about this time of year, so it would be just about 15 years ago, I decided, when I lived in Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, that I was going to go out west and search for a house to buy, because I had begun to make a little bit of money writing. A situation which is rapidly deteriorating, but that's a topic for another video. 15 years ago today, and when I got to Chamberlain, South Dakota, I decided that, hey, this is pretty remote territory. I might want to have a cell phone in case my car breaks down or something like that. Now, this was quite a while ago, and smartphones as such did not exist. But stupid phones did. Quote, unquote, stupid phones, and I bought this little thing called a TracFone in Chamberlain, South Dakota, at a Radio Shack store. Yes, they existed back then. And this little TracFone does nothing much more than act as a phone. Now it can remember some numbers and things like that, but I don't use those features. Mainly I only use it to call out if there's an emergency or if my regular telephone line goes down. I don't say used, I say use, because even after 15 years, this thing still works, provided I get new minutes on it every year, usually in December for the following year. The thing is still working today, and it serves me well from time to time when I have no other telephone. I was in the hospital just last week, and they don't like you to make long-distance calls from the hospital, but I can call anywhere in the country on this little TracFone, just like I can make a phone call on a smartphone. What I can't do is things like browse the internet, and I imagine that there aren't very many hackers that are even interested in TracPhones anyhow, because I don't conduct any internet-related business. I just use it to talk to people when, say for example, my regular phone goes down, which occasionally happens here in the black holes of Dakota Territory, United States of absurdity, where I ultimately did end up purchasing a house in which I still live today. TracFone, T-R-A-C-F-O-N-E. It is a Nokia device. And last year when I took this thing in to get some new minutes on it to Walmart, where they can do that, they can still do it on these things, the girl behind the counter, who is very good at that, very quick at it, said, "Oh, I wish I still had my old Nokia phone. I wish I still had that thing." And, well, I do. And I don't know how much longer the battery can continue to last on this. It's 15 years old, and I suppose it's a nickel metal hydride or maybe even a nickel cadmium battery. Probably never find a replacement for it. But for the time being, for about $100 a year, I can get enough minutes, more than enough minutes, to make this thing invaluable. I rarely need it, but when I do, I really do. And it's, I think, pretty much hack-proof. I would never say anything is completely hack-proof, but it's a great little thing. If you got one of these old things, hang on to it as long as you can. Because sometimes the old stuff is the best stuff. Stan Gibilisco is signing off. Until next time, so long.